I'm super excited today because I'm taking my Porsche out of winter hibernation and I'm taking you along in its very first drive of the year. It's the absolute best day of the year. I've been a car nut for over 45 years, and every year about this time of the year, there's always some ride that I'm taking out of winter hibernation. And it's so sweet doing that. Now, this year is going to be sweeter than ever because this year has been an absolutely brutal winter. There's still quite a bit of snow out there, but at least it's dry enough to take the car out of storage. By the end of this video, you see exactly what I do to safely get my Porsche back on the road after that long winter nap, and we'll take it for its first shakedown drive. But I still need to make sure that I properly get my Porsche ready for the road. So even though my cars are stored inside, I always cover them up. And for a number of reasons. Obviously, it keeps them from getting less dirty, but the other big thing is that if anything should fall on it, or if someone were to drop something on top of the car, obviously something heavy would cause damage. There's no question about that. But what I mean specifically, if something small just fell onto the car or fell over, or someone... I'll ask people not to set anything on top of the car or on top of the car cover, but just to make sure nothing happens, but in case someone does. Now, the other thing you may have noticed, I rolled the cover back, and that is to keep all the dirt and the dust inside the cover. So even though this is a very clean place to store the cars, there's always some dirt that ends up on top of the cover, and I don't want that on top of the car. I'll pull that aside and I'll set this over here on top of the old girl. And by the way, the old girl does not like to be called the old girl. And for winter storage, I always flip the mirrors in, but now's a perfect time to flip them back out on both sides. So this trickle charger back here is what maintains the battery throughout the whole winter. And you can see it sits back here and then it goes up into the car. Now, if I didn't have that trickle charger, the battery would go flat in about 2 weeks. Because even though I'm not starting the car or have the lights on or anything like that, the alarm system is constantly on and it will drain the battery within 2 weeks. Now, if you go to unlock your car with the key fob and it doesn't unlock right away, don't panic. It may very well be the battery in the key fob. So if you haven't replaced that for a while, replace that now before you go ahead. If you have replaced the battery and still the car won't unlock, probably because you got a dead battery, then you better check the manual to find out the process to get the power into the car to be able to unlock it. Now, before starting the car, you want to make sure you check for any puddles underneath the car. Make sure we haven't any leakage of engine oil, transmission oil, or coolant. And since most of that stuff is at the back of this car, make sure you check the back first, but also check toward the front, because remember, the radiators are at the front. We're good. All right, so we'll unlock the Spider, and now we need to check the oil. Now, a car like the Spider, and a lot of Porsches and a lot of modern cars actually don't have an actual dipstick where you check the oil level. You have to check it on the dash. Checking the oil in this car is very straightforward if you know how. So you need to make sure that you check it after the car hasn't been running for at least an hour or so that the oil has time to settle. So obviously, because we're taking the car out of storage, this would be the perfect time to do it before we start the car. So what we need to do is turn on the ignition. Now I'm going to put on my seat belt so we don't hear the bonging from it. And then what you need to do is the lever down at the bottom of the steering wheel, you're going to push that forward, and then a menu comes up. You push it down to select oil measurement, and again you select that and it shows you exactly how much oil is there. So we're at maximum level, so we're good to go. Now, I always suggest you unplug the trickle charger before you start the car. Just a habit that I've always done. Remember, the trickle charger's job is to fully charge the battery. So the battery's 100% ready to go. And unplugging it. So there's two things that I do to keep the tires from flat spotting during storage. One is I overinflate them up to about 45 to 50 psi. And the other thing I do is I place them on top of a cushioning mat. And so these cushioning mats, they're just pieces of leftover floor mats from a crappy Mercedes I had at one time. I just cut it into pieces and then I park the car on top of it. So before we move the car, I like to change the tire pressures. So we're looking for 29 front, 33 at the back. 29 psi, 1 down, 3 to go. Next, I'd like to check the frunk, the interior, and the trunk for any signs of rodents, and make sure you check in that glove compartment. Now, in this storage how I store my cars now, there typically isn't a problem with rodents. But years gone by, with the old girl over there, stored sometimes in barns or outside on a car cover in the wintertime, yeah, definitely there was rodents. And one of the places they like to hang out the most was inside the glove compartment. So I found by keeping the glove compartment door open, it helped keep them out. But, you know, if you've had rodents, you can typically smell them before you see them. And of course, just getting to the trunk in the Spider is always interesting. Now, if you haven't already, now would be a great time to subscribe to my YouTube channel in the description down below. That way you won't miss out on any of my videos. And while we're in the trunk, it's a good time to check the coolant. And if you look inside there, there's a little float. And there's a minimum level and a maximum level. Now, just be aware that the difference between the minimum level and the maximum level is only a few ounces. So if you're going to be topping it up, just top it up just a few ounces at a time and keep checking it. And we definitely need to get this garage door open before we start the car to minimize fumes. All right, let's see if we can get this thing started. Okay, so the first thing we need to make sure is that there's no warning lights on, everything looks fine, and so now we're just going to slowly move it off those pads that are under the tires. And once the car's outside, now is the perfect time to have a quick look around just to make sure that there aren't any puddles or anything that you missed, and to make sure that it's not leaking from anywhere, including the brakes front and back. All right, so we're off on our shakedown cruise here, and so the purpose here is just basically to make sure that no check engine lights come on, or any other warning lights that come on, coolant or oil or anything like that, just before we take it for an actual trip. Now, I have to be very careful because there's still a lot of gravel on the roads. As you can see, there's still a lot of snow out on snow banks out here. Luckily, there's no snow on the road at the moment, but I wouldn't be out driving right now if there was snow on the road, that's for sure. But yeah, it feels good to get out in the Spider once again and check it out. I have to be careful in picking a day to do this, because if I wait until it gets too warm, then all the snow has melted and there's massive puddles all over the road, and that's a pain. And obviously I don't want to have it come out when it's too cold, because these Pilot Sport 4S tires, Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires, they don't much like the cold, especially when you get down to 40 degrees Fahrenheit or lower. So I don't like to do that. So, but everything seems to be working fine so far. Now, usually to complete getting the car ready for spring, after I've taken it for a drive, I would normally wash the car and clean the convertible top and treat it so that it lasts. And typically those are things that I always do in the spring, and I give it a good coat of wax. All right, so we'll just head back. So that little clunk that you may have just heard, that's pretty typical for GT cars. The suspension loves to make little clunking noise and things like that. Something I was really concerned about at the beginning, but they tell me if a Porsche GT car isn't, the Porsche GT car's suspension isn't making noise, there's something wrong with it. But it's great to see that sunshine. We've had so little sunshine this year, and we've had so much snow. So it's great to see that. All that's left now is to wash it, to wax it, and to clean and treat that convertible top. I've got some great videos to show you how. Click up here and I'll see you there.